The summer of 2017 is going to be quite exciting with Fiat Chrysler Automobile India bringing in the Jeep Compass. This is a compact smart SUV and would be quite affordable. We have here with us the pre-production version of the car, and we're going to talk a little about it. But before that, my name is Tharyan, and this is the Motown India show along with my camera person Afsar Baig. Stay tuned.
Fiat Chrysler Automobiles India will officially launch this new Jeep Compass after June 2017. We shall definitely get our hands on this compact SUV sometime around that time. The Jeep Compass will be powered by a multi-air 1.4-litre petrol engine and a 2-litre diesel engine. The petrol engine will produce a power of 160 horsepower and a peak torque of 250 Nm. The diesel will produce 170 horsepower and a torque of 350 Nm. There will be an option of a 7-speed dual dry clutch technology automatic transmission and a 6-speed manual transmission. The company has now showcased the pre-production version of the Jeep Compass, and we have asked 3 very important officials of FCA to describe this vehicle to us. They are Kevin Flynn, President and Managing Director FCA India, James Lyijynen, Chief Program Engineer Jeep Compass FCA Global, and Bill Zheng, Head of Design FCA APAC. Let's hear them out.
Every Jeep has its own character, but of course you can immediately recognise the 7-slot grille and the profile of the car. Very much taking on, I think, the design language from Grand Cherokee, but moving it on to another level.
With the front end, we really want to create a commanding presence in emphasizing the 7-slot signature grille. But in this execution, you can see the grille slots are wider and more low profile compared to the other Jeeps to stretch it to give a more of a landscape graphic, and connecting with the signature headlamp with the animal instinct feel and look. This reverse trapezoidal graphic on the lower, it gives a very protective feel and also holding the entire front end together. So overall, we want to give a very premium look to this front end, but at the same time, remember that there's a very strong presence and commanding appearance to it. It stands with a nice approach and departure angle that is, in general, what we start with for a Jeep design for the profile. And then you see this bright trim that goes from front of the A-pillar all the way to the rear, and then it takes 270 degrees around the vehicle to kind of separate the top of the roof from the body side to really kind of, this is inspired by the Heritage Jeep open air experience.
I think for the segment that the car competes in, it's got a massive road presence. I think the side profile is distinctly Jeep. Trapezoidal wheel arches are so intrinsic in the design DNA of our products. I love the lines. I think the way that the car has been sculpted gives this segment a car which has got real presence.
This is what we call A-line, that's like thrusting forward, and then with a softer lower bone line here and connecting with this soft draped forms, as well as repeating through between the hood line and also the fender line. So it gives a very softer look in these certain areas, but overall sculpturally it has a very strong overall tightness to it.
We've got a number of options on wheel size, and those options will increase as we progress as well. So this at the moment is displayed on 17s.
It's imperative that the Jeep stands for 4x4 capability, stands for versatility, and the capability really starts with the 4x4 system. In India we have the active drive system, which has a single speed power takeoff unit and a single speed rear differential module that connect the front and the rear axles and allow for the transfer of up to 100% of the available torque to any of the individual wheels that need it. In addition, we have a driveline disconnect technology that allows for a complete disconnect of the rear axle, and that allows the Jeep Compass to perform in 4x2 front-wheel drive mode. That obviously provides increased fuel economy for the customer and better fueling or better driving dynamics.
And looking at the tail lamp, you can see that there is certain the Iron Man suit influence that was really loved by the designers of the exterior, that they want to incorporate their passion into this this vehicle on the rear end to give it more character, and it has this machined precision and more of a characteristic to the rear end.
What I also like is the way that we have this floating roof, and one of the options that customers will have is actually having that in a black finish, and that really does change the profiling of the car and fits really nicely into the real tailgate design, the rear spoiler design, and the rear of the car. It's very refined, very smooth, and very much Jeep.
In addition, the Jeep Compass has a very advanced steel structure. We leverage almost 65% of high-strength steels. That allows us to be very structurally strong, provide the torsional stiffness that we need for driving dynamics, but at the same point in time, it provides the strength that's needed for safety performance. The steel structure that we have also allows for minimal NVH in the cabin, so quite a quiet cabin. So the Jeep Compass has, as standard feature, frequency sensing damping shock absorbers. These are typically found in performance vehicles. They vary the damping rates depending upon the road inputs and allows for a comfortable ride in any road condition. In addition, we have independent front and rear suspensions coupled with very unique bushing durometers and geometry that allow the suspension of the vehicle and the mannerism of the vehicle to perform in a very efficient and refined driving dynamics.
A lot depends on the pricing of this vehicle.
Of course.
And do you think, it's just a few months away, do you think it's going to be priced appropriately and it's going to be a huge hit among those who really want to buy a Jeep in their lives?
I believe we have got it right. We understand the sensitivity around pricing and the need to get pricing right in the Indian market. So we've done a lot of work on that and a lot of study on that. The price will be right because the package will be right, and we believe it is going to be very attainable in the Indian car market. Saying that though, there has been zero compromise on the way this car has been constructed and put together, because it's not a car that's been designed for India. It is actually a global car, and we have the privilege in India of producing all the right-hand drive variants of this car for global consumption.
With the Compass, do you believe that it's going to be a new chapter for your company in India?
Well, what I'd like to say is it is a new chapter, but I think it's a new chapter in a new book in some respects. And this is the first chapter, bringing the CBU product to market last year and setting the scene of what Jeep is about and really setting up our destination store dealerships. All that was focused in driving to this point where we start to introduce the Compass, the locally made car. So yeah, it's the first chapter. I'm looking forward to many more.